Yeah, we were speaking to our colleague Carbe last night on this situation, and our understanding is Andoni Iraola, Marco Silva and Xabi Alonso are among the managers Chelsea are discussing as potential replacements for Liam Rosenior this summer. Let's start with Iraola, who will leave Bournemouth at the end of the season after 3 years in charge at the club. He's been linked with a return to Athletic Bilbao, who he represented during his playing career. Let's look at Marco Silva now, someone we all know very well in the Premier League. His contract at Fulham runs out in 2 months. Now, he's got plenty of previous Premier League experience, having been head coach at Hull, Watford and Everton, and all in all has been very successful. Right, someone else we know, it's mainly from his playing days in England, Xabi Alonso, currently out of work.
Now, this might be a bit punchy for some. What I'm hoping is that, well, look, I think he contributes to everything for this Chelsea side. I think with the next set of games coming up, I think this will age well. And I think at 23, he's getting better and better. His conversion rate has gone up to about 24%, which is much better than it was. I think it was about 14%. I think he was struggling in that first season in the Premier League, which we've seen with so many players on this list. He scored some big goals in big games recently.
I think he's underrated now.
I think he is.
From like
I think he's got a good ceiling as well.
There was a few errors.
Yeah, but I think we see this with players where, you know, he's 23, so it's going to take a second to totally feel it out. Also, when the team's playing better and they're creating more chances, which they will do, and you've got someone like Cole Palmer with you, I think he's going to score goals. And I think he'll get a lot of lovely little tap-ins on transition as well.
Let's talk about Nicolas Jackson, because he is a player that a lot of people are very vocal about on social. What do you think in terms of numbers he'll put up this year in terms of goals when the season ends?
A main thing, before I answer directly the amount of goals, I think a big change in the system has been Cole Palmer finding himself on that left-hand side. And I think that has disrupted their chemistry a little, because he has struggled in the last couple of games I've been watching Chelsea. So if they find a solution for that and maybe bringing Cole Palmer more to the right half space, that could strike up the relationship again. He's someone who could hit double-digit goals. Like, it was underrated how many goals he got last season. You look at it and you don't expect him to get that many goals based on the performance. Insanely underrated player.
OK, next up, we've got the best haircuts. We've got your white and blue number in there, of course we have. What are you laughing at?
No, because mine is number one.
I like how you're backing yourself for all these.
No, it's true. It's not because it's me, but it's just
you
because
like that
it's true.
style?
Yeah, and it was against United at this one, and we won.
Okay.
And then ends off. No, it's the second. Because this guy is here, I don't understand what is this.
What do you mean? You're not sure on this style?
Come on. This hair is so bad that every time he do this, you know?
Yeah, he has to keep tucking it behind his
ear.
Yeah,
always. Yeah, well, it's nice. I love the hair.
So you would not like to wear that hair? You don't
Never.
think you could grow your hair out like this?
No, I had, not this, but dreadlocks, you know?
Yeah,
but
of course.
It was so annoying playing, it's different. This guy, he don't head the ball. The whole game, he do like this, he don't head the ball, so...
What about the...
Nah, this I will have,
blonde
I will have.
Yeah. Do we have any plans for new hairstyles from
Yeah,
you,
of course,
Nico?
soon.
Yeah? Keeping them private though, keeping them hidden. Excited?
Yeah. I'm a team guy, so I'm very, very happy, and the fans can be ready for that. I know a lot of things, I know a lot of legends who play here, a lot of, it's a massive, one of the best clubs in the world, and, they won, like, a lot of trophy, I can't wait to start, and I'm so excited to join, and hopefully, I can and do it here.
Let's stay on Chelsea for the time being. Any news as to who's going to come in full-time?
Well, they're still saying they're going to take their time over this permanent appointment, but there do seem to be 3 names quite prominent in the list of potential replacements for Rosenior. Andoni Iraola, as we broke on TalkSport last week, is certainly right at the top of that list. Marco Silva, whose contract at Fulham is coming to an end this summer, there's a 3-year deal on the table that he's yet to sign, is also a potential candidate. And we were told yesterday, myself and Ben, that they've reached out to the agent of one Xabi Alonso. Of course, had Arne Slot not been Liverpool manager come the end of the season, he probably would have been a contender for that job, but it looks like Slot will stay. So you wonder if Chelsea might see an opportunity there.
I think we touched on that, didn't we?
Yeah,
that
we did.
It might have, now Alex is telling us they've reached out to him.
Nothing circulating about Oliver Glasner.
Not a name that I've heard in terms of Chelsea.
Because
no.
that would mean, from my mind, that's someone, A, he's won things at Frankfurt and at Crystal Palace. B, he's ambitious. C, he loves London. And all of those, I mean, he's a difficult bugger to work with.
Yeah.
But that's not the...
As is Marco Silva, by the way.
Exactly. But I'm surprised he's not in the mix. Alonso's interesting. We mentioned Alonso yesterday, didn't we? In terms of that's where they should be looking at. Alonso. I mean, everyone's got to be looking at some point at Emery. United have got to be looking. I mean, I mentioned it a while ago about if I was in situ, who would I go for? I'd go Emery, buy him out of Aston Villa's contract, and of course the Aston Villa fans go up in arms, and Gabby, their spokesman, comes up with his two penny of drivel. But if United want him, or Chelsea, these are the sort of guys that are going to take them to the promised land.
Yeah.
Get them back somewhere.
So
What I would say about that is, if you look at Unai Emery, he is in a rare position now in that he is master of all he surveys. He runs the club from top to bottom, and he wouldn't get that level of control at Chelsea and not at Manchester United either.
Henry Winter this morning. Hope the good people with the FA at St George's